Yo, welcome.
Look at me, I'm ready to go.
You're ready to go, man. Ready, not like last time. Not like this.
I was like, dude, I'll tell you right now, if you didn't speak that night, last week, if you didn't speak,
yeah,
I totally forgot we were doing it. I was just watching television with it on mute. I just totally forgot that me and you were doing it. And I'm listening to the music like that. So I'm just in a zone, like, and it stopped, and I was like, if you didn't say what the fuck, I would have stayed watching that show.
I wish I could have. I wish I did. That would have been amazing.
Yes,
if I just
you could have let it
go and let it
you
go.
You could have just let it go, and I would have never known.
Next time, it'll happen again.
It will. That's why I turned the TV off before the show. So I was like, no, I'm not doing that again. I forget what I'm doing in the middle of doing it all the time.
But that's funny because, like, it's not like Mike just joins the show like magic, like real quick in the moment.
No,
he calls in. We set up his camera, his color. Like, there's a whole production that goes on before you're even in it. And then I go, okay, we're going to go to black. We're going to go live. And then there's 3 minutes of a song playing.
I know.
There's a lot to clue you in that's what we're doing now.
I'm sitting here with headphones on, with earbuds in, with my computer up on a prop, with lights and a camera and a microphone in front of me, and I didn't get what we were doing. Yeah. I just totally forgot that we were doing anything.
And I say, welcome, everybody.
I didn't even hear you.
I know.
I was so in the, like, all right, the music and you talking blended with the show, with the movie I was watching. It just became part of the movie. It's just, welcome to the show. It's like, it was part of the background of the movie.
Well,
but I'm like that all the time though. Like, I can, in the middle of doing something, forget that I'm doing it.
I do that all. I mean, I'll like be like, yo, I gotta look something up, and then by the time I grab my phone, I'm like, what did I want to do?
Every time.
What did I want?
Every time.
And
then I gotta put the phone.
Yeah.
Put the phone down for a second and just start thinking, like, all right, let me just see. All right, so there was the commercial on. There was the thing with the sausage. Did I want to look for sausage? I don't think there's, you know what I mean? I start going off things. I'm like, wait, there was yeah, I remember. And then finally I'll go, and it takes a minute. But in the middle of grabbing the phone, I forget what you're doing.
Yeah, I'll remember it like when I'm at a most inopportune time. I'll be on stage in the middle of a bit, and I'll be like, potato salad recipe.
Yeah, exactly. It's usually what it is. It's usually a recipe.
Or Carrie's like telling me something real important, like, and I'm focusing because I'm trying to be a better guy.
Yeah, and you've been doing this for a long time.
Really in, and it's like, and she's like, yeah, and it's really bothering me. I'm like, potato salad recipe. She's like, what? I'm like, oh, I said that out loud. I wanted to search that 8 hours ago, and I forgot. Sorry to do it at your heartfelt moment, but you mind if I look right now, and then we'll get back to your thing?
You were telling me the guy was dying. Just give me 1 second.
I just got to bookmark it just in case, so later. I just want to make a note. Come on, you know me. We're never going to get this chance again.
Yeah, just earmark this. You were talking about the guy was dying. Just give me 1 second. Put a pin in it.
Yeah, tell her to remember. Be like, all right, just pause right there. Just potato salad. Remember that. And then when it's over, she'll be like, did you want me to say potato salad? Oh, yeah, thank you. It's better than a Palm Pilot.
Palm Pilot. Oh, my God.
Really brought it back.
You ain't kidding, man. You could have called her a BlackBerry or something, but she's a Palm Pilot.
Better than a Palm Pilot. More update. Which would make her a BlackBerry. So I kind of called her a BlackBerry in a roundabout way.
Yeah, I'll be the same way. And I'll forget, for a while. And then I'll go on my phone to look for something on the internet and then open it and see a notification from something else. Go to there. Somebody liked something on Instagram. Oh, let me see who liked that. Then I go on their page, and then I see they tagged a friend. Oh, let me see what's up to, and then it's 3 hours later. I'm like, why did I go on my phone for something?
I know.
Oh, yeah, to pay a bill. It's like,
pay a bill. Easy to forget that. Real quick at the beginning, while we have 7 people watching,
Oh, hey, 7 people.
We're
What's
trying to get the YouTube video. We want to go live on YouTube more than Facebook. So if
So
you
that's
guys,
where we've been. If you ever know, hey, you guys don't do it live anymore. We do it on YouTube just because we're trying to drive traffic over there. But
Yeah.
we realize that we don't get as much interaction from you fun people that do it here.
yeah. So go to YouTube, youtube.com/Joe Fernandes. Like and subscribe. And we're gonna be going there. So we'll bounce back and forth because who gives a shit, really? Honestly, we're just doing this. To
Yeah,
get
no
through.
one.
Exactly.
No one's gonna miss us on either platform.
That's all we're saying. We know you don't miss us.
Nobody over here was looking for us.
I started that promo with 7 viewers. We're down to 5. That just goes to show where we're at. Hey, you 7 people, can you subscribe? No, and 2 of us are out of here. Mike Gaffney said, "Hi guys." Was that you?
Yeah, you moron. Do you know who I am? Do you think my son joins in?
I don't know. I don't know if it was like a cousin or some shit.
No, no. You don't see my picture?
No, it just has a blank spot where the picture's supposed to be.
Oh, it's because it's too cute, the picture.
Yeah, that's what Facebook was like. Whoa, we can't break.
Wait a minute.
We can't break the internet tonight with this live.
No, we can't be putting up
Mike's photo up there. We're gonna have the Kardashian effect.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Hey, so before have you gone into any place without your mask since you're fully vaxxed?
Just the studio. But I've been doing
work.
that for a while. Yeah.
Right.
I mean, I go in the building with it on, then I take it off when I'm in there because everyone's vaccinated in there. And I was at Uncle Vinny's this week, so Wednesday, Thursday I headlined, and those were still socially distant, have to wear a mask.
Yeah.
And then Friday, Saturday, it was open and it was packed. Ain't nobody walk in with a mask, But I'm away from everybody, and then I got to be on stage. It is what it is.
Right.
But I'm vaccinated, so I don't feel as
Right.
vulnerable as I did early on.
My mom got COVID.
Really?
My mother, yeah, she got it Tuesday.
Was she vaccinated?
Huh?
Was she vaccinated? So
Nope.
she got it Tuesday?
Yep.
Does she know where?
My niece had it, came home. I called her, and I'm like, my mother texted me. She's like, your niece has COVID. And I'm like, well, she's not coming home, right? She's like, she's on her way home now. I'm like, no. Like they moved in from their house. My mom moved out of her house into an apartment. It's a 1-bedroom apartment. My sister and niece stay in the living room. My mother and my other niece stay in her bed in the bedroom. There's no place to go. It's a small one of those little garden apartments,
Yeah.
You know how small those are?
Mm-hmm.
There's no place for her to quarantine. She stays in the living room. So where is she quarantined? So I told her, Mom, she can't come home. And I was like, you need to leave. Why don't you come here before she gets home? And you can stay here until she's better.
Mm-hmm.
She's like, I don't know. And then I got mad at her, hung up on her. Then I called my nephew, and he called her. And he was like, she said she's going to go to your house. Like, this was like 2 hours after I yelled at her. So he's like, she told me to come pick her up in 45 minutes. I'm like, all right, cool. But my niece was already home. She was already right there in the middle of the fucking living room. So my mother comes here on Tuesday. She stays Tuesday night to Wednesday, then Wednesday to Thursday. And Wednesday night, going into Thursday morning, I heard her coughing.
Oh, man.
I'm like, you're going to get tested tomorrow. So I had to go to work. So I called my nephew. I'm like, can you take her for a test? So she packed up and went with him. And they got tested. She got negative. This was Thursday. So he brought her back to his house because everyone there just had COVID like 3 weeks ago. Like my nephew and his son like just got over it last week. So they're fresh off of COVID. They can bring her, you know what I mean? And she could be there.
Yeah.
Safe. Well, then Thursday night going into Friday morning, she got even worse. Went back Friday for a test and positive.
Oh, my God.
And so she went and got that mono something shot. You know that shot that they give you? It's like I don't know what it is, man. It's monocular.
Hydroxychloroquine?
No,
Oh.
mono. So it's whatever the medication. Go. You got the computer in front of you.
Yeah. What? Mono.
Just
COVID mono medicine?
yeah. Just
What?
that's it. Just COVID.
Monoclonal antibody therapy?
There you go.
There we go. That's what I was thinking it was, but I didn't want to say it.
I know. I could see it. It was on the tip of your tongue.
Yeah. I was like, that's the easy answer.
That can't be it.
It can't be it. That's the first thing that came to my head. Monoclonal antibody testing. That's what I would have done.
Yeah, no. Yeah.
Yeah.
So she got that.
Yeah. Oh, I hit that. Mike, I meant to hit that one. Mike, best wishes for your mom.
Thank you. So she got that, and apparently all the doctors and nurses say, like my nephew's wife is the maxed out nurse. You can pay masters, whatever the fuck you get for that. She's that. You know what I mean? So she said, so she got her in an appointment, and they all say that knocks 90% of the fucking virus down to like 2 or 3 days.
Yeah, I think that's what Conti got when he had it.
Okay.
He got that. It's just,
Yeah, so she said she feels better today. I thought I was going to bring a cough. Anyway, she said she felt better today. Not as bad as the fever, but she felt shitty Thursday night.
Yeah.
But we'll see. Hopefully she gets through. She's still breathing. She has an oxygen meter. She said it's not dropped below 97, so that's good.
I mean, yeah, the good thing is they have all these treatments. It's just so much better getting it now than this time last year. It's like they got a lot of stuff. Like that's why everything's opening, because hospitals aren't overwhelmed. People are getting it. They're getting over it.
Right.
I mean, I think dude.
So I'm worried. Could I have gotten it again? So because I just had it in the end of March, it's not 90 days yet. It's like 70 days, and I'm one shot in to the vaccine.
The one shot gives you a lot of protection.
Exactly. So with the antibodies from me having it at the end of March, beginning of April, and one shot of the vax so far, I think I'm good. Now, the last time she was here was Thursday. I don't feel anything.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I think you're good, but I mean, what does that give you? You know what I mean? Like, even though I'm vaxxed and I was around people without masks, it still gives me an anxiety.
Right.
There's
my second shot is Tuesday, and I had a pre-schedule today, fill out the questionnaire, like, have you been around anybody in the last 14 days that had COVID? I'm like, no, I have not. Just shoot my fucking arm up so I can get my card stamped, so I can give my card to my manager, and I can get on a fucking ship, please.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Fucking celebrities' first cruise out of America is June 29th.
Oh, really? Out of Florida?
Yeah. So I follow a captain, this broad, on for a celebrity ship, one of the biggest ones.
Yeah.
Like a really awesome looking ship. So she's always doing
I know if you were saying biggest ship or broad. I didn't know what you were saying.
No.
One of these broads, one of the bigger ones.
Yeah, I got a hankering for a big broad every once in a while.
I'm saying they don't allow her on the small ships. That's all I'm saying. She gotta be on the bigger ships. But you know me, I'm a lover. I don't judge. I'm just giving facts to paint the picture, and we'll carry on. Guy digging himself out of a hole, just rambling.
Just keeps going, because everyone who knows me knows that I'm really into bigger. I never judge. Everyone knows I don't judge.
Yeah, I'm Mikey bigger the better. Everybody knows that.
Nobody calls you that. Everyone calls me that.
Yeah, but you're not with me when I'm around the ladies. That's all.
She's a tiny captain, tall, broad,
tiny captain, big ship.
One of the biggest ships, like a really cool ship. So she'll always she was on break for I think she went home for 90 days, so she hasn't been doing stuff from the ship. But her whole time for the quarantine, she was out on the sea with the ship, and she would pull into ports here and there. But she would take it on cruise, like on tours with her, like her TikTok. Here we go, guys. And she would take it to a certain part. I just liked it. I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. So she is in quarantine right now on the ship. Before she goes onto the ship, she has one more test to go. Then she goes on the ship, and then she quarantines in her quarters for 14 days until she's fine, and then she's back to work. And she's like, I cannot wait. Our first cruise out of America is June 29th.
Are they requiring people to, like, all passengers to be vaccinated?
I don't know.
Because I know that
Florida said they weren't going to allow people to do that, but then
I wonder how I have to read up on it, see how they got around it.
But I brought it up because I forgot that it was May 27th. Right? So May 27th was Friday.
Yeah.
Right? Was that it? Or May 26th, 28th? Whatever fucking Friday was. 28th. Because today's the 30th.
28th, yeah.
So that was the day that Murphy said you can lift masks off if you're fully vaccinated. Honor system. Fuck you. Don't drop the honor system. There's a large chunk of garbage pieces of shit people that are not gonna vaccinate. They're not gonna wear masks. They didn't want to wear masks the whole time. This thing is a hoax. It's nothing but the flu. Get the fuck over it. Blah, 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 blah. Those people aren't honest, man. So I'm down in Tom's River, the heart of fuck shitbags, right? Just in the heart. The heart of it.
I think that's the slogan for as you go into towns. Welcome to Tom's River, the heart of shitbags.
Fuck shitbags.
Or heart of fuck shitbags.
So I'm at a Wawa, and I didn't realize that day, they meant no mask that day. So I'm walking around, and there's this woman, she's getting her coffee, she's got no mask on. But you can see the people who the very first moment they said you don't have to wear a mask, that took it off. There was other people in the store with masks on. You could see the ones who took their mask off were those scumbags anyhow.
Right.
The people who weren't wearing masks were the scumbags anyway.
Yeah.
When they fuck the mask, you're not going to be fucking telling me that they were taking it off already. So I could see it, but it didn't click. I was like, I guess. And then it started to click. I'm like, if you're fully vaccinated, I guess you don't need a mask. And then, so I get in line, and these two fucking mooks are behind me, and I see they don't have a mask on. Mm-hmm. I forget what it is. And I look around, I'm like, ugh. And they're two, the kind of guys that I'm talking about, right? Yeah. And one fat mook says to the other, it's like fucking Laurel, like, Abbott and Costello. So it's like, are you going to do your coughing thing? Like, because I guess he coughs without his mask on. And I was like, so before he can answer, I'm like, oh, these guys are funny. These guys, woo-hoo-hoo! Fucking funny. And then the one guy I wasn't even like, I was just saying it out loud. No, I wasn't talking to anybody. I was just saying it. Mm-hmm. And the one guy he said it to was like, no, man. And then the guy behind them is like, then the guy was like, he knew that he knew he's a scumbag. Mm-hmm. And he was like, oh, it's just the first day, man, without the mask. It feels really good to have it off. And then a guy with his kids, like, I was telling my kids, it's so much better now. This is the way it's like, you didn't want it anyhow, man. Just stop. Don't be there. Your honor system, you think these fucking retardos standing behind me got the vaccine? These guys?
No. Well, there's nothing they can do. It's like, they ain't going to mandate it.
So stop saying it. Just say, hey, no more. Wear a mask if you feel safe.
We're just back to normal. We're back to normal. That's it. Yeah. I went grocery shopping. I'm telling you, everyone in that store had a mask on. I think I saw like one person, one lady with one hanging from her ear.
Right.
And then we went to the Willowbrook Mall today, do some shopping. Packed. Right. I had so much anxiety. I was like, but everyone had a mask on. I'm telling you, very rarely did I see one without a mask. I think people are still bugged out. Or there are people that didn't get vaccinated. They're like, you know what? I don't want to get vaccinated, but I also don't want to get it.
Right.
But Jersey Shore, not one. I performed at the Jersey Shore all weekend.
Yeah,
Not one person walked in or out with a mask on.
Yeah, because they didn't want to begin with.
Right.
I
Not a lot of coughing though, so I felt safe.
Yeah, maybe a lot of people, the ones who are wearing a mask, are like, you know what? Let's just see how this rides out for the next couple of weeks. You know what I mean? No one did. The one thing I really like that we're not getting all those numbers anymore, like 57 people died, 5,000 people positives. I think they're just done with all those numbers.
Yeah.
Let's just be done with those numbers, because I think in the beginning they did them to make everyone aware, so maybe people would adjust and live accordingly. I think after like 10 months of no one giving a fuck, the ones who care already care, and the ones who don't care and don't believe. So stop telling them numbers, because they don't give a fuck anyhow.
Well, the numbers now are so low that they said if these were the numbers last year, nothing would have even shut down. It would barely have been a news thing.
Right.
You know?
Yeah. So, it was just something I was like, don't say honor system. Just say, listen, man, we think we're at a place that you can not wear a mask, but do whatever you want to. Whatever you feel is. So I just went to Walgreens in Wayne. No other customers were there, but the two fucking employees didn't have their masks on.
Yeah, I went to a cigar shop. They didn't have masks on. The two Korean couple.
So, you went to a what? Where?
Cigar shop. It's like right next to Uncle Vinny's. It's like two doors down from Uncle Vinny's, like a smoke shop.
Okay.
They have cigars.
Yeah.
And owned by these.
I figured as much. I figured they had cigars when you said cigar shop. I was like, I bet you they have cigars.
Well, you were like, wait, where'd you go?
Because we had a conversation. That's cool. We just had a conversation the other day.
What about me quitting?
Right. Yeah.
I quit big fat ones unless I'm at a party with friends.
I'm not telling you to quit. I'm just bringing it up.
I know. I got little ones. I got my Ashton Senoritas.
I wish we could just take the big fat ones out. Just that segment of you saying that. What, big fat ones? Yeah. I don't do big fat ones.
I do little fat ones. I did a little Arturo Fuente. Like they didn't have short stories, but they had one. Yeah, they had the other one. I had that Friday night, and then I picked up some Ashton Saturday night. Just do a gig, you smoke after. You know what I mean? It's nice.
I do. I know it's nice. I like it.
It's all I have right now. I definitely slowed down. There was a few days where it was just like, I don't know. There was something about that last time we all hung out. Remember when you guys said, "How come you didn't finish that cigar?" Remember when that cigar was massive. That was like one of the biggest ones out of that Ashton box that I got.
Yep.
And I don't know, just something about it. I just was like, too much. It was just too much, and I made me feel just like a junkie. Like I'm like, I can't even get through this. I'm like, ugh. So now I do small ones.
Yeah, right. I told you. I mean, maybe you just do a smoke when you're out with your friends at a barbecue, fight night kind of thing like that.
It's weather's nice. I got to do it. Like nice night. You know what I mean?
The problem. So like the thing is, the weather has been shit for the past 5 days. I haven't had one.
I had one in my car on the way home from the gig because I had to.
So not so much weather, nice.
No, but I had such a good show. I was like really feeling good. Like, dude, the Friday and Saturday shows were like the best shows I've had like in 2 years.
Because the place was packed.
Packed, dude. Like I was getting applause breaks. It was just like I haven't had that since pre-pandemic because I haven't had like really big crowds, But this was just like a club, just hot. Like they're laughing at setups. They were so hot. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, so I smoked one in the car. But like the other night, I was like, I'm just gonna go on the back porch, watch the Yankees with my iPad. I had it on, and I'm like, I need to smoke with this. It was nice. Moon was out. It was beautiful.
It always comes out at night, so I guess.
So whenever the moon, it's not always full like that. It just seemed nice, like a painting.
So nice weather, moon out, after a good show, fights, and if your buddies have a barbecue. Other than that, you're fucking not. You're done.
I'm done. Then I consider me quit.
But I get what you're saying. When I smoked in my car the other day, like I smoked 2 days in a row in my car because it was nice out like 2 weeks ago. This is nice. It was cool breeze. I was smoking. I was like, this is not really enjoying a cigar. Sitting out with my feet up on the deck, watching television, watching a game, hanging with my friends and laughing, that's enjoying a cigar.
Yeah.
After a gig, that's it. Like when we had that gig a couple of weeks ago, that AA gig outside.
Yeah.
I lit up, but then it got dark and they wanted us out of the property. So I had to smoke 80% of my cigar driving.
Yeah.
I'm like, this isn't relaxing with a cigar. This is not relaxing with a cigar.
No, it's not. I only did it driving because I was tired. I'm like, this will give me like something to do. Because I stayed too late and I had like an hour plus ride home. And I'm like,
who'd you feature for?
Don Jameson.
Okay.
And it was like a lot of his audience was there, but like there was a lot not. Like people were just coming out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But they were such Florentine came and did guest spot, and it was just
okay, nice.
Just a really good weekend. I was happy for Dino too. After all his like rough year of even when he could sell, it's like you can't really sell a lot, and it was just nice to see a full room for him, just making money. Yep. Scott McKeon, Bert, are you Bert? Dude, this guy Scott, he looks just like Brian Posehn. Like exactly. You know who Brian Posehn is. Scott McKeon, the guy. There was a guy at the show Saturday night that swore he was Brian Posehn. He's like, dude, I seen you on television.
But he's saying Bert Kreischer.
Yeah, Bert is who Brian Posehn played on Big Bang Theory.
Oh, got it.
Like, okay. Bert, Scott's sitting with his wife. They come out there all the time. And the guy just keeps going, Bert to him, Bert. And he's like, what the fuck's this guy saying to me? So after the show, he took Don Jameson, said, "Yeah, that is him. That is him." And he got a picture with him. And he's sitting there with his girlfriend getting a picture with this dude, Scott, our friend Scott, who looks like Brian Posehn. He goes, "I knew it was you. I knew it. I told him. I seen him on TV. I knew it." And I'm like, this is great. I can't wait till. I wish I could be there for him showing his friends. They're like, "That's not him. It is, man."
He told me he is.
Yeah, dude. He could be Posehn's like stunt double easy.
Really?
But he's like 5'10", and Posehn's like 6'10", whatever,
Yeah, no picture. We don't have a picture of Scott.
No, I put up his comment, but there's no picture on it. I don't know why.
So I guess Facebook's really hot.
Here, let me see if I'm just gonna go to his Facebook page and show you. Sorry, Scott, you brought it up, so now your anonymity is gonna be broken. Scamming on the Brian Posehn. Let's see, where is he? Fucking dumb Facebook. Just whenever you want to do something fast, it's like never. All right, here's him and his lovely wife. Let me go to the website page and bring this over. I don't know if that one's totally Brian Posehn, but
yeah, or Mark from the Stress Factory.
The Stress Factory. Yeah. I think they posted a picture actually from the show. They tagged me in because they're big supporters of the comedy arts.
Of you or the
yeah, they came out to see me at the. There's from Brian Posehn from last night.
Yeah, I could see it, but I also know no way. But I can see why the guy would think it.
Yeah, well, put it this way: BYOB, you ran through half a case of beer. This guy shows up. It's Brian Posehn.
It's just BYOB, and it covers it. We get it.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying BYOB, and like, oh, okay, yeah, it's Brian Posehn.
No, they came out to see me when I was at the Hard Rock in AC and stuff, and yeah, they're good supporters. They came to that outdoor gig I did in Woodbridge, like during the pandemic.
Okay. The one for James.
Yeah, they're just good comedy. Yeah, they're just good comedy fans. And yeah, too bad that AC gig is gone.
What AC gig?
The Hard Rock. That gig I was doing like twice a year.
What happened to the gig?
Well, it's no longer Howie Mandel's Comedy Club. The booking agency that used to book me, I forget who that USA agency or whatever their contract lapsed, and
So that's the same guy who booked that other casino we did.
Yeah, the Del Lago.
Yeah.
So I think they don't want to do regular comedy anymore. They're just doing the event center, like big acts, like Sebastian and Vic and things like that.
I know Andrew Santino's down there tonight. I don't know if he's there though.
If he's they're not doing regular comedy nights like the week nights, like the nights I would do with people. They're doing like big names at the event center.
So it's got to be where he's at.
Yeah, or Borgata. I don't know. I don't know where he plays.
No, I don't think so. I mean, Borgata doesn't do. I mean, they do. They do headline events too. Yeah.
Yeah. But where were we before Brian Posehn came up? I forgot. Oh, just how good the weekend was.
Yeah.
It was a Thursday night. Wednesday was a 16-person crowd, and they were fun, like super fun. Just they felt like
when you headlined.
Yeah, and then the next night there was like 2 less 14. They were good, but it was like this weird mix of like one table.
Do math for us?
Yeah. I didn't do math. I'm just telling you how many people were there.
No, but you like the first night there was 16 people. Then the second night was 2 less 14.
Oh yeah, maybe I did do math. I don't know. Sorry. You get all types of knowledge here at the Older Heads podcast.
Yeah, he's at Hard Rock. He's at Hard Rock tonight.
Okay.
He's doing 2 shows there tonight, 7:30, 7 and 10.
Maybe not the event center then. He's probably in that room that I was in.
Hard Rock Live.
Yeah, that's the smaller room, which is still gigantic.
Yeah, it used to be called the Xanadu room, right?
I don't know. It was before I ever went there.
It's big though.
It's big. Yeah, it's really big.
Yeah.
But
big stage, nice stage, right? More
huge
musical,
stage, huge curtains. People like I had friends come see me and like take pictures of me. I looked like an ant, on that stage. Like the curtains were so high.
Yeah,
like
I know,
because I remember the first show I did there, because you're side stage and the guy's introducing you from off stage, and there's the the glow in the dark arrows so you don't run off the stage. It tells you like where to run through the curtains.
Yeah.
And so he's like, yeah, everybody, Joe Fernandes. And I run out and I didn't realize how far that mic was. Like I was like in a turkey trot. I'm like fucking like Rocky at the end, just like.
So you go up cold?
Go up cold, and I was huffing and puffing that first night. I was like, I didn't realize how far away that mic was. And I even went there for a sound check earlier, but the curtains were open, the stage is open. You just kind of walk up leisurely. You're just talking with the crew guys, and then
no purpose.
Yeah,
and all of a sudden you're on.
Yeah, so now it was like I took every other night I paced myself getting out there. I'm like, that's a long run, nice walk, long run. So you just walk and wave and give yourself applause. Yeah, you go up cold, freezing? But what?
Have you been freezing on your end? Has this been freezing?
No, you are on your end occasionally.
And you were too, so okay, just checking.
No, you go cold in that room, but there's just something about a theater. When you go up, they're just ready.
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes people are still being sat, but it's a different vibe than like a club being sat. Because a club being sat, it's like, yes, I will have the mozzarella sticks. Yes, please give me the. It's like, shut the fuck up, please give me a blended drink so it's loud. Frappuccino, please. Can you blast the milk in the corner?
More foam.
Actually, can you wait for my setup or my punchline? Don't do it in between. I want you to really fuck this up. And then the guy said, it's happened to me so many times. Every time I did this banquet hall like in Bridgewater or something, and it was like some fundraiser, and I'm on stage, and during the food was like running late, so during my set, the food comes. Double doors open on 2 sides of the room, and in come sizzling fajitas. Like, it was so loud, you would have thought each plate was mic'd. Like, it was like you had to stop. You're like, do you guys hear how loud these fajitas are? It's like, I just started yelling. I'm like, I just want to give you guys a piece of advice next time you do comedy here. No more noisy food. Like, you can't have food that has, like, sound. Like that's like giving every table a popcorn
bag of potato chips. Everyone gets a free bag of potato chips. Just go into your bags now.
No. Give everyone Jiffy Pop and a hot plate at their table, and they just. It's like. It was hilarious. It was like the stormtroopers coming in with plates of. I was like, all right, and not only now they stop my show with sizzling, the sound of sizzling fajitas. I'm waiting, almost like you're waiting for applause to go down. I'm waiting for the sizzle to go down. So you're like, okay, sizzle's down. I can start performing now. No, because now they're making fajitas.
Fajitas, they're busy.
Yeah, they're making fajitas. You're just like, this is unbelievable.
You turn into a cooking class.
Yeah. They're like, we have to start the show. Kitchen's running behind. We can't put it off any longer. I'm like, all right.
Joy.
Comedy. But you know what?
That's the comedy we do normally. So when you get the weekend that isn't like that, you're like, oh, thank God.
Yeah, but you know what? I miss comedy so much. Bring out a gig with sizzling fajitas.
Bring the fajitas on.
Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of really, now that it's starting to, starting to fire back now and things starting to come back, I really just want to be a comedian again.
Yeah, it's coming.
You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Now I really just want to be a comedian. I want to, like Andrew was down Atlantic State tonight. Normally I would have said, hey man, you have an opener, or I would just go and hang.
Yeah.
No, that's what I would do. That's my routine. I would just go down and hang, and that's not what I'm doing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, I just want it back. I want it back now. It's coming back. I want to come back.
I think definitely by next year. Like,
Yeah.
It's, like I was talking to Dino because like he was like, you getting any work on the road? And I was like, I send out some avails. I go, because I said, I think it's a lot like you, because like Dino was like trying to take care of his guys first, filling up our schedules, I said, like all these clubs I play, they're kind of like local clubs like yours, where they have a lot of local guys. And I'm like, they're probably just giving those guys tons of dates. Right. So I was like, I'll probably start getting those like next year, like as the rotations start turning over.
Right. You got to remember, a lot of these clubs, like I'm doing Vegas, and I think the feature and the feed, because it's Brad's there, so Brad will be on the show, and the other comedian that's on the show, I believe, is like a local.
Yeah.
Clubs are not trying to spend all this money right now. If they could save on working some locals, because it's got to remember, it's been over a year and a half, almost a year and a half, that these guys have worked their club anyhow. So it's like everyone's starting with a fresh rotation. Like, you haven't been in our club. Hey, they're always like, we'll work you twice a year.
Yeah.
They're starting fresh, so they can use all their local guys right now.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? And really save some money, book local, save some money, and then get caught up a little bit.
Yeah. It was good to see the club fill up for like this weekend. Like I said, that means people are going to come out, spend their money. They've been home too long.
Right.
So, I mean, you got to, like me and you, our gigs are like fundraisers and stuff. You got to believe all these organizations that lost a whole year to raising money for their little league, everything we do for it. They got to come back.
October and November, we're going to be hit. And if it's anything like it used to be, they're all going to do it the same Friday in October. So we're going to get you're going to get 9 gigs you can't take because they're all doing it that night. It would be great if the same guy was booking all 9 gigs, because then he can fucking adjust the times so you can maybe bounce to 3 of them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, adjust the start times. We're going to start this show at 7:30. We're going to start this show at 8:30. We're going to start that show at 9:30, and then I can make it close all of them.
I can't do it anymore. I've tried to double, triple book fundraisers in the past. Fundraisers never start on time. There's never been one in the history of my comedy career. Yeah. If it starts at 7, definitely it's starting at 8:30. Like, there's no way. And I remember one night, I think it was one night it was down in like Cape May. We were doing the NA show. And the one I was on, like in Leonardo.
Yeah. You went Jackie.
Jackie went up and she raced down just to start the show. I'm flying down the parkway. I'm like, if I get pulled over, it's over. I'm not making the show. And I was like, I can't do this to myself anymore. It's just.
And I was at a show, right? I was meeting you guys down there too. So I'm doing a show this way. You guys are starting. It was staggering on arriving.
Yeah. I just told Jackie, I'm like, ignore them when they try and hold off starting. Just walk away. When you see the guy that's getting his start, just mosey off. Just push it. I'm like, just keep pushing it. Hey, you guys want to start? Wait, hold on. Hold on.
That's the thing, though. Like, you can end the night on a fundraiser because you know it's going to start late, but you can't start the night on a fundraiser and try to hit a club or something afterwards. It's like you're never getting there.
Nah, the anxiety. Like I walked into one after so much anxiety. It was like it took me about 5 minutes of my act just to get my bearings. Yeah. I'm like, how you guys do like this guy? What the fuck's up with this guy's crack addict? Hyperventilating, just drinking a half a bottle of water.
Yeah,
like just got in. Car's running. I have my key in my hand. My car keys. I'm like, hey, everybody.
It's like you'll set it up thinking, oh, this is perfect. This worked out perfect. What's time your show start? 9? Mine's, I'll be done. I can make it to you. Oh, it's perfect. And then you're like,
perfect.
Nope.
No. And then they're like, we want someone to say something first. No, nobody say nothing first. No. Let me up. They can say last. Fucking me up.
And then right before you go up, you're like, oh, good, I'm up. Listen, we just need to take a little break. They're going to do a 50-50. You're like, no. Nah. Not now. No.
Not now. But what are you going to do? That's what we're doing that. And I'm making some videos this summer to try and hold me over creatively. Got all that stuff working. Not really talking too much about it because, I believe in jinx, but I got project in the works.
Speaking of jinx, I'm glad you brought that up. Okay. It's just nothing major. But, Michael K., he hates when people say announcers shouldn't mention no-hitters because you're jinxing it. And Michael's like, I'm not. I don't have that much power to do anything. And he gets very, literal when it comes to that. It's like, of course we know, but it's like a thing, man. Shut up. You know what I'm saying? But he doesn't believe in it. So I'm listening to the game Thursday night.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was Thursday night. I'm listening to the Yankees are up 3. I think it might have been Friday night. The Yankees are up 2-1.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. 2-1. And Wilson, not fucking Loizaga, it's the bottom of the 9th. Wilson's on the mound. And, they start that guy at second, right?
Yeah, I hate that.
So he's at third now. There's 2 outs, 2 balls, 2 strikes. And the whole time Susan Walden's like, oh, Wilson really needs, he needs this good outing because he's had such bad outings. It's really good. So it's 2 strikes. And John says, just one more strike and the Yankees, one more strike and the Yankees win. And Susan goes, Wilson really needed this. Really needed that win. But he didn't win yet. And she said, Wilson really needed this win. This is really going to help him out. And the 2-2. Home run. We lose 3-2. The word he really needed this win was barely out of her fucking mouth. Boom. Home run. You don't talk about winning the game yet. The game's not over.
Yeah. They jinxed
You don't talk about that's a jinx.
I don't know how people don't believe in jinx. You had this great life or shit. How do you not there's no way there's that much coincidence, especially in I've seen it. I know
jinx. It's the sports gods. What?
Yeah.
The game's over.
Jinx is as real as flat Earth. Let's just put it out there. No,
I don't know about that.
Hold up, my dog wants to leave.
No, shocking. Cody loves to. He actually made it through the whole.
Did I miss anything when I was gone?
Yeah, I was saying Cody actually made it through most of the show.
He did. Yeah. Then he started sniffing the bottom of the door because I think he heard there's food going on in the other room. He was like, "Listen, you guys, it's been a good episode. I swear. But
it's not you. It's me.
I think a Tree Tavern pizza might be coming out of the oven right now, and I gotta go beg."
I got some begging to do. Open the door. I got
some begging to do. You guys will finish. I'll catch it on the audio podcast during the week.
I download it during the week. Yeah, from my walk. From when I walk, I listen.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah. No, but I believe in jinx. Whether you know what, it's just I believe in jinx because I don't know, it makes me feel better. You know,
Right.
it
About the
just
loss, or
no. But if I think jinx, I have to go with it.
right.
Like if I'm not thinking about jinx, then it doesn't bother me when something doesn't happen.
Yeah. You got it.
But if I'm like, oh, I don't want to jinx this, now I got to
Yeah.
ride that out. I got to ride it out because if I
Yeah.
ignore it, then I'm like, the jinx god said, oh, you fucking with me? You fucking with me? Now you jinxed.
It is when you say it, I realize how crazy it sounds, and maybe Michael K's on to something. But up until you started talking about it, I was totally on board, and you kind of steered me off.
Why?
I'm like,
Why?
You're a little too committed to it. It's like, I don't want to jinx, because if I'm jinxing it, right after the jinx god's like, are you fucking with me? I'm like, there's a jinx god? I don't know, but I didn't know.
Well, someone's controlling the jinx. It ain't just out there in the ether.
Yeah, maybe that's what I'm thinking. It's like in the universe.
Yeah, God.
All right, I'm glad you mentioned.
I
God.
mean, a jinx god. I don't know.
Yeah, I get it.
I don't know. It's like when I'm working on a project, I don't like to hype it up unless it's in the like if I'm working on a video, it's got to be totally done, like ready for viewing. Then you'll learn about it. It's like I didn't announce I had a CD coming out until that motherfucker was already at the fucking distribution company ready to be released. Because I feel like any time before that, they would have been like, and even that, because it was COVID when I released it, I did everything. It was there. It said, here's your release date. So I was like, I'm going to promote it. And then I start getting emails. We're a little backed up because of COVID, because a lot of people are distributing. And I'm like, I should have waited. I should have waited till the night before.
Yeah, right.
I was panicking, but I didn't jinx because I think the jinx god said like you got the date, so you did the thing.
See, I didn't even fuck with the jinx god. I mean, I filmed my my dry bar in February of last year, and the jinx gods fucking stepped in way before and hit me with COVID and put the fucking thing on the back burner. And they've only, out of the 3 people that performed that night, they released one, and they released one of his clips like a month and a half ago, and then today I saw them release another one of his clips. But mine and me and the other guy, Glenn Tickle, ours aren't out. They've put out other ones they've taped, guys with masks on. They filmed a lot after us, and they're putting them out.
Yeah, I did a gig with Mike Burton a few weeks ago. I went and did a guest spot on his show.
Right.
And we were talking about you and your dry bar or whatever, and I told him that I got to see it, and he goes, when's it coming out? I said, I don't know. And he said a guy that taped with him still hasn't have his out, and his was out like a couple of years ago.
Well, some people they won't release it.
Yeah.
Like but I'm sure they don't tell you to name it and give us editing.
No, yours is going to come out. Yeah, they're not going to ask for cuts and stuff. And
yeah, no, they asked me for cuts, and then they sent me an email. Go, can you name it? I named it, and they said it should be out in the end of February. We're in June. So, but every time I go to email them, the jinx guy, I swear to God, your aforementioned jinx god comes into my brain and says to me, maybe there's a reason why it's not out right now. So relax. And then I delete the email. I've written like emails like, hey, I just, Kira, I know you guys are backed up and busy. Don't want to be a pain. That's why I haven't talked to you in 3 months, 4 months. And then I go, the jinx guy goes, why? Maybe there's a reason why it's not out.
That's what I told you. I said it could be a good thing. You know what I mean?
Right.
Could come out of, like when things really are like it could get more traction. You'll get traction with it when you can get the work from it.
What sucks about it that I'm not happy, I did older jokes, but they were cleaner, family-friendly jokes. That's why I did them.
Yeah.
Because they're very family. So I did a couple of older jokes that I wouldn't have done, but they really worked for that set I wrote for that. And I'm like, you know what? It works. The timing and the cleanness of it.
Right.
So I'm not 1,000% thrilled with the material, but I was happy the night I did it. I felt really good the night I did it. So I got to put it behind me. But there's some jokes on there that I do better already.
Yeah, I think that I heard someone, I forget which comic said it, but they try not to, like, that's why they try and dump some of their jokes when they're building, because they're like, there's nothing worse than making a joke you put on your special even better.
Yeah,
because it is just torture, because you're like, I can't, it's like, it sucks.
The first time I really saw Sebastian do that, he had done a special, and I was working with him before, like working on his next one. And he did a joke on the special that I was with him, but he worked for that special, but then he added some. And the part he added was so much better. Made the joke even opened up. Probably can joke from a 5-minute or 4-minute bit to a whole nother bit.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that sucks. And he's like, yeah. And I'm like, you got to figure out a way to get into this new chunk.
Yeah.
You got to figure out a way to get into it, because this is really good, but it really builds off of that first 5.
Yeah. I think if you have it on CD and then
it's different.
You can do a special with it, like the different joke.
Yeah, a video, absolutely.
You know. Because I was thinking about that if I ever wanted to film something. I'm like, I put the CD out. It's out there. It's streaming. People are hearing it. But it's like, these are good jokes that I should get like on a good taping. Right. If I could, swing it and just throw it on Amazon. You know what I mean? Just so I have,
absolutely.
I was telling Mike Burton, I was like, is that I was in contact through email with the booker for Dry Bar, and like, send us like a, clean tape, like a 30-minute tape or whatever. And I'm like, starting to like think of like putting this 30-minute clean. I was like, and I go, honestly, whenever I listen to my set, I'm like, I really just curse. I don't really talk about, I'm not really a dirty comic, but I go, for some reason, I like I always find my way to talking about my butthole like buttholes. Like, it's just like, even like the cleanest thing like winds up in my ass or someone else's ass. It's like an innocent thing. It's not even like a overtly sexual thing, but I was like, I don't know what it is. I got an ass thing. It just always finds its way.
So the clean part was easy. The part that really fucked me up with that is the swear to God. You can't say swear to God.
Yeah, you say swear to God. That's definitely a line you use.
I swear to God. Let me tell you something.
Yeah, when you're angry, I swear to God.
I swear, like like somebody said something dumb, like Frank would say something like, I swear to God. Let me tell you what he said. Bro, he said this. I swear to God. And when I watch the special, you will see me go, I
swear to Gary.
I don't even get that far. I'm like, I swear. Guys, I swear. And then I'm like, this is not how I would say this. But like in my head, I'm like, guys, what? Like, oh, yeah.
Mike's going to be like, believe you me.
Yeah.
Be like, what?
But I just remember, because they send you a video to watch, and the swear to God, the one girl was like, guys, I swear to God. And then she screwed up, and then realized she screwed up, and then 2 seconds later goes, I swear to God, oh my, and it was right back. And it's just like, oh my God. It's like, none of that. You're not supposed to say any of that.
Swear to God, oh my God. You know what? God sucks. God's never with me. Just having a meltdown.
That's my time. Good night.
Curse your God. If God was real, he would have let me not say his name and ruin my special. Big jinx in God.
Hey, did you watch the Friends reunion?
I was going to ask you that. I did.
Yeah, I liked it. I enjoyed
it. Their face was crazy, but I liked it.
I got so emotional.
Yeah.
I'm a sap anyhow, so I'm a sap. Yeah. But I got emotional for them. I don't know, man. Just looking at them in their prime in 94, 95, just on set, and I just put myself in their position, that they got this show, that their lives are like, oh my God, this is amazing, and how far where they are now. Like, that's just, I got emotional for them having that memory of their life, like thinking back on their lives and having that 10 years of memory. To me, it choked me up.
10 years of like a family like experience. Like, yeah. I was thinking about, because like even when I did that theater show where I worked for like 3-4 months with the same actors,
Right.
directors, and like you're with them 3-4 days a week.
Right.
You do your shows and then just see ya. And
Right.
it's so odd. I couldn't imagine 10 years. That's your gig, night and day, and then saying later.
Yeah. Wow.
You know, it's.
But did you see I remember a couple of weeks ago I was talking about this on the podcast, and Joey said it, or Matt LeBlanc was like, I don't watch myself because.
Oh yeah, I was thinking that. Yeah.
Right. So when I watch myself, I don't buy the acting. I don't buy any of this, and I'm like, that's me. I don't see the character. I see me. You all right?
No, somebody like Cody and I didn't know. I just heard my guitar playing over there. My guitar getting hit. I'm like, who's hitting the strings of my guitar? It's my dog. I didn't hear him come back in.
Yeah. So, but it was good. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it a lot.
Yeah, when it first started, when you start seeing them all come into the main studio one at a time, we were like, "Yo, what's up with his face?" For David Schwimmer, you could just see his Botox or plastic. The only one is Matt LeBlanc. Looks like the only one that's allowing himself to age.
Yes,
you know.
I think. What's his name? Matthew Perry is, but the veneers are a little much.
Yeah, that was. Yeah, and I think that's what was giving him that weird speech, and like his lip was kind of tucked in or whatever.
Like it wasn't a good.
But he's got something going on in the face. But you're just sitting there. I'm like, now this is like.
Lisa Kudrow wasn't. I didn't see Lisa.
No. I guess Lisa Kudrow a little bit, but not. It wasn't as pronounced as like Courtney Cox, David Schwimmer. Aniston's got good, but if you really, it's there.
Oh, 100%.
But you're sitting there. You're like, that's like good. That's like. I got like tons of money plastic surgery. Like, could you imagine what I could afford if that looks like that? Like, like if I need a little touch up, and be like, Joe, why is your chin above your eyebrow? It's all like, because I went to Tony Marinara's plastic surgery over in Patterson.
He let me pay it off. It's $4.99 over 6 months.
Yeah, and I got a free bar pie with it.
A free bar pie. And 2 credits on the video game.
Yeah, but Courtney Cox, it looked a little weird. But then
she did look a lot weird.
The only thing I didn't like about it, I loved it. Like, it's something I'd probably watch again. You know, James Corden. It didn't fit. I don't listen. I don't like him. I don't like him as a TV personality. He seemed like too much for me. I don't know. Like,
I did not enjoy that part of them sitting in front of the fountain because it didn't. And you got to think about it. They didn't spend a lot of time in front of that fountain with that because it must not have worked in part. I bet you they dropped a lot of that.
Yeah, that was. I would have loved so much more of them reading the scripts.
Them just hanging out in the room, talking about
shooting the shit. Do you hear that guitar? His bone keeps hitting the guitar. He's like strumming the blues behind me.
Yeah, I would have preferred that. I would have preferred them, doing table reads and them talking about episodes and remember when this happened, that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, it was that part just, and like the Gunther thing was like, can they be less interested in him coming on the screen?
And the fucking modeling of, like, was it Cindy Crawford?
Yeah, and Justin Bieber, and
was Cindy Crawford even there on the show ever?
I think Cindy Crawford was on the show. No, neither was Justin Bieber.
No,
I think I said Bieber.
You did. Justin Bieber wasn't even born.
Yeah,
when it came out.
Yeah, that was an unnecessary.
Yeah, it was very unnecessary. Who was in the Arvok suit? The armadillo. Who was in that?
I don't know.
That part was dumb. I don't mind them asking questions, like when he's asking questions, but it's like, they're the regular responses. I like them shooting the shit by themselves.
Yeah, that was good.
And
I like them playing the trivia game. That was good.
That was fun too. Yeah, and I like when people came in for that.
Yeah,
like
more of that behind the scenes video, like shitty video footage. Like
Yeah,
Like,
I like
they
that
wasted
a
a
lot.
lot of time. It could have been like a multi-episode thing on HBO Max. They do so many multi-episode documentaries that are shit.
I know.
Like, it's like a 6-episode that it could have been one. Like, this is something you could have, even if they weren't involved in talking, just like a document, like just talk about the whole thing. Like,
absolutely, yeah.
There's probably so many stories are fun. Like the bloopers could have been just like you could watch an hour of that.
I like hearing about the audition process and how they picked everybody.
That was amazing.
Right?
Did you see that show the show Chandler was on with the
oh my, like
the luggage handlers from the future at LAX? Like, that's insane that even got to like a pilot taping.
I know. Can you imagine pitching that?
I'd love to see all those failed pilots.
Yeah, me too. But yeah, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it a lot.
I like that one tidbit where the guy who Matt LeBlanc beat out for Joey actually played the second
like
Joey.
Yeah,
the twin on it. That was pretty cool.
When they were going to do you had to do the twin study to get like some money.
Yeah.
And the kids kept yelling, "Oh, damn it, Carl!"
That had to be a hard day for that guy walking off set because, like,
oh my god,
like he's probably like, I'm taking this opportunity because it's fucking Friends, so I'm gonna be on Friends.
Right.
But it's like when you're leaving, you're like, oh, this hurts, man. But it may not have been as good with him, you know.
What's funny is just think about the irony of it. He came back to play Joey, really, basically.
Yeah.
Joey's twin, and he couldn't do it right, and Joey kept yelling at him because he couldn't get it right. Like, you cannot even, like, it's like basically like, this is why you're not me in this episode because you can't even play it now. Like,
yeah,
it was good. How about the finding out, you know, that Schwimmer and Aniston had the hots for one another.
Yeah.
And the tension was there, and she said, "I hope to God our first kiss isn't on camera," and that's when it was on camera. It was the only time they ever kissed was on camera.
And is that when Matt LeBlanc goes, bullshit?
So he's like, "No, I'm only fucking around."
Yeah.
I don't believe it because it felt like genuine.
Yeah.
Stories, and it felt like genuine for him because they're not with those people that they were then.
Right.
So, like, even him, he was like, no, we were always like passing.
Yeah, because they were always in a relationship, just wasn't ever the right time.
Right.
You know. Yeah, that was like a heart tugging moment because everyone relates with that story at some time in their life.
Absolutely, it was emotional because it's like maybe they can't really talk a lot about it because wouldn't you, like, if you were his wife, wouldn't you be like, so Jennifer Aniston had the hots for you?
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, but then I'm like, yeah, I get it. We weren't together, but Jennifer Aniston has the hots for you?
Be like, honey, if you don't believe that, wait to hear that I still have the hots for her.
No, she believes it and she's not happy about it.
Yeah.
She believes it, but means like, so you could anytime just be with Jennifer Aniston?
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Especially if whoever his girl is just like a regular girl, I'll be like, just get in my mansion pool, you nothing. Come on. Just be grateful. Be grateful you with Red Ross.
Unagi.
Yeah. Yeah, they didn't show Red Ross. I was hoping that when he does that dance.
Yeah.
But the pivot thing is because like I told, like every move I've had since that episode, I'm always having like my brothers with me. It's always pivot. We always say it, even if we're not pivoting. It's just carrying anything. Right. Pivot. Shut up. I still don't understand. I know a lot of comedians, a lot of people that like don't like that show. Like, it was never funny.
That's what I was getting ready to get into when you started talking about the pivot scene.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't like comics. A lot of comics are like too cool for not cool enough. Wow, what a fucking horrible show. It's not fun. It's like I just hate the being so negative on it. I don't like that, especially comedians who bitch and moan when people don't find them funny.
Exactly.
It's like you bitch and moan when people are, they're not smart enough for your dumb fucking humor. But people find this funny. They're wrong. Who cares? Comedy, funny is subjective. I can't tell you how it's going to hit me. But how come I can watch Seinfeld and laugh? I can watch Larry Sanders Show and laugh. I can watch fucking Curb Your Enthusiasm and laugh. And I watch Friends and laugh. What's the problem with this?
Yeah. I
love Friends. I love it. I love the show. I love the characters. I can watch it every day. I could put it on and just watch it the whole day. I don't know what you want from me.
I think it's those, like you said, too cool for school comics that are like, it's not. It's such good acting. It's funny. I don't know. There's not one episode where I'm like, this is boring. Let me shut this off.
Right. And they did it, like talking about how they made an ensemble and how everyone was the star.
Yeah, there was no. Yeah, they purposely didn't want a star.
Yeah, and that's why the star was the group.
Yeah.
Which is very hard to do, and they did it. I mean, even if you watch Seinfeld's the star. Everyone had their roles.
Yeah.
In Friends, no one had a role.
All these comics that like shit on TV shows for not being funny. It's like you just want to be like, dude, it is easier now than ever to put your own little sitcom out on YouTube.
Yeah.
I want to see your brilliant writing and acting chops for all this shit you talk.
Yeah, exactly.
Like if you don't talk shit and you put out something and it's not that great, that's fine because at least you tried. But if you're such a shit talker about TV shows that happen to be watched by 25 million people a week.
Right.
Yeah,
52 million people watched the final episode of that show.
Yeah.
What are you telling everybody? That they got it wrong?
Dude, I'm a comedian and comedic acting is the hardest. I've done it in class. Right. Dramatic acting is just so much easier than comedic acting. And it's totally different than anything we do on stage. It's like not even in the same ballpark of what we do. Comedic. Like you watch a good comedic actor, you're like, it's genius. Especially if you tried it.
The problem is all these too cool for school kids think it's not funny, so they're not great because it's not even funny.
Yeah.
Like I was listening to, so Michael K loves Friends too. So every once in a while we tweet something, I'll put like a Friends quote in and he laughs at it. He knows every episode just like me. You know what I mean? And I asked him Friday, I tweeted, I'm like, did you watch the show? And he mentioned it on the show. He's like, did you guys watch, Friends reunion? And neither Don and Peter are interested. Don liked the show, but he's not crazy about the show. Peter's like, it's overrated. It's the worst show ever. It's so overrated. It's like it can't be overrated when it stayed top of the game for 10 years. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's not overrated.
This 1 year came in and like, never mind. It's not that great. 10 years, and they went off on their own.
Yeah.
And I like their explanation on why they ended it when they said the tagline was when you're young and when you're young and friends are your family.
Yeah.
And by the time 10 years later, they all got their own family, so that wasn't no longer true. Yeah. So it's time to move on.
Yeah.
I thought that was brilliant. And inspired me to write something that does have that definitive reason why we wrote it. And when we come to the pass of where it's over.
Yeah. And it's good, like they said, like we don't want to bring it back because you have to like screw up their lives to bring it back. Like you have to make someone gonna have to have a problem with their life. Or like either someone's dying or someone's divorced or
right.
And it's like you wrapped it up and it's so rare to wrap up a series good.
Right.
Where like they paid and like I got like the feels like when they showed like the end, like where you like weren't like when they paid off the Ross and Rachel story.
Yes. Yes.
When
did she get off the plane? I got off the plane.
Yeah.
Yeah. I get emotional at that all the time.
It's such a good show. I didn't. I like Schwimmer talking about the monkey and how he couldn't stand the monkey. That was great, man.
What the challenge? And Matthew was like, "Can you get more serious about this?" Like he was dead serious. Like, yeah, you didn't have to deal with it.
That's what I'm saying. I bet there was so much more of that sort of.
Yes.
Like, I mean, over 10 years, there's like no way. Like, there just could have been more. I think there could have been at least 2 episodes of that.
Yeah, there should have been a lot of. There could have been a lot of episodes of them watching bloopers and remembering them together. Like, oh my god, you remember that day?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But I guess
That
it's
kind of
like
stuff.
true what they say, always leave them wanting more. Like it ended,
Yeah.
you're like, I want more. You never want them to be like, all right, we get it.
And when she said, I think it was Courtney Cox said this. She's like, this will be the last time that we're all together talking about the show.
Yeah.
Like she goes, they're not going to do this again in 10 years.
No, you can't. That's it.
You know what I mean? This is the last time we'll ever be together talking about the show. Yeah, it's fucking big.
I'm trying to think. Has there been a show since that's had that sort of? I mean, shows can't get those numbers anymore. It's just there's too much out there.
Yeah,
Nobody does 25 million. But like, I'm trying to think of the last show where it was like where the world was like just watching it and sad to see it go. Like, I can't think of one.
So they were on Michael K show. They talked about because the friends came up, and then I sent him a tweet saying about the Ross and Rachel Aniston saying, I hope this isn't our first kiss. And he mentioned, he's like, Mike Gaffney said, this is it. He goes, that's why their first kiss was so, boom on camera. And then the topic came up, what was the most iconic couple that got together? And Michael K's like, it's got to be. So they put, Peter's like, is it that or when, what's her name on The Office, Pam and.
I never watched The Office.
So it's Pam. I can't think of the other character. Now I've seen The Office. I really enjoy The Office. It makes me laugh, but I'm not into it as much as I was in the Friends. But I really enjoy The Office. But them two main characters getting together, and everybody's like, Ross and Rachel. I mean, that was the show. Was that?
Yeah.
You couldn't get more iconic than Ross and Rachel together. And he's like, I don't know, man. Nowadays, all these people are watching it on Netflix and streaming it. Office has got better numbers than Friends. Like, we're talking iconic.
Yeah.
So then everybody was like, what about, I went to tweet it, but somebody said Sam and Diane.
Oh, yeah, Sam and Diane. That's probably the
right?
The equal.
Right.
The equal, because it was two different eras. It was two different decades. So Sam and Diane were the 80s.
Yes.
And Ross and Rachel were the 90s. And I don't know of one since.
Me neither.
Oh, yeah. Robin says episodes of Mont LeBlanc was a great, great show. That was a phenomenal.
That show.
That's a show I think could have kept going.
I'm surprised it didn't.
Yeah. That was
I missed that show.
That's a great show. That was so funny.
You're so good.
And Matt LeBlanc was probably the best post Friends show from one of them was episodes.
Yeah, I like Lisa Kudrow's where she was a therapist.
Oh, I'll have to watch that. I haven't seen that. I heard that was good. I am liking the Jennifer Aniston one on Apple TV, but it's like she's not like a comedic thing, so it's different to compare.
Yeah, this is definitely a different role for her.
It's different role, but yeah, it's good.
Because there is no romantic comedy in the back, hovering over.
Right.
It's a very serious role.
I like her in it. She's good though.
Yeah, very good.
It's the first time I'm watching her in something where it doesn't look like Rachel's in it.
Yeah, 100%.
Like she's such.
Yeah, I don't know anything that she's ever done other than this.
Well, movies. She was in movies. I saw a few of her movies.
Serious movies. What?
Oh, serious movies? No. I don't know any serious.
I'm not saying they're not great movies, but they're usually rom-com-ish.
But it looks like Rachel hanging out with Matthew McConaughey, or
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, you're right. It's always got like this little bit of, but I don't know. This is the first thing I've seen her in that's a drama.
That's like what's his face? Matthew Perry. Like he's Chandler. Anytime I see him enter a screen.
Yep.
But Matt LeBlanc. He played himself, so it worked.
Correct.
Yeah,
Lisa Kudrow, when she was at Romeo and Michelle's wedding, prom or something like that, I was like, it's Phoebes.
Yeah, Robin said Matt's mannerism, you always see a little Joey. Yeah, because I think everyone brings a part of them to their roles. Like unless you're, especially a role like that.
Well, Matt is on another show that's really popular, apparently. Right? There's another show he's doing.
I don't know.
I think it's on Netflix though. Maybe it's on CBS.
I'm gonna binge Friends on on HBO Max because, like, you know, I see them on reruns, but I feel like they always play the same reruns. I'm like, because I was into Friends like in the 90s, but it was also when I was young and kind of out a lot. So there's definitely episode, like, I want to see if there's episodes that they don't put in reruns that, like, I just never saw. There's got to be a few.
I have HBO Max. I was watching it from the beginning, just watching it. And yeah, it came out in 94. I watched it mostly like on reruns in the 90s on, like, you know, TBX, what is it, PIX or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, not when it came out, you know, must TV. I was fucking out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I was busy. But you're right. I think there's probably a handful of reruns that they're willing to pay the residuals for. And maybe there's other episodes that cost way more money to run, and they're like, well, we're not running that.
Yeah. Robin said, wasn't he doing that show over in England about cars? I don't know what that is. Matt LeBlanc? I guess Matt LeBlanc.
I don't know. No, he was maybe, but I know he's got a show, a sitcom. And I don't know if it's on Netflix only or if it's on CBS and Netflix.
Yeah. Kerry, when she was watching, she feels she never saw the one with Ross in the leather pants, even though she's watched a ton. I'm like, that's a great episode. And
yeah,
you know,
and I watch reruns a lot because on one of the channels it starts at 10 o'clock and it goes to 1 in the morning. You know, it's fucking, what is that? 6 episodes or 5 episodes? You know what I mean? So I get to watch them all. And the leather pants one, hasn't been on a lot.
Yeah, I'm gonna start going through them because fuck it.
Yeah,
they're easy. They're easy to watch. They're just quick,
so
and
easy.
No commercials now. Be
oh, it's perfect.
Yeah, I rewatched Cheers a few years ago just on Amazon when it was on Amazon.
Really?
Every night before I went to bed, I'd watch like 4 episodes of Cheers. It just such a great series.
That was a great show. I mean,
there was very few duds.
But so that came out what, like 82 to like 88, something like that, 82 to 89.
Yeah, I was definitely a kid when it came out because my dad used to watch it, and I used to just watch it with him. And it was just so funny when you look back. It's like where these kids watching just these barroom alcoholics just drinking their ass.
It was 82 to 90.
82 to 90, yeah.
So that was my heart of my teenage years, man. I mean, wasn't. You know what I mean? I wasn't sitting down for must-see TV with pops. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But they watched it. I saw it, but it's a show I definitely didn't see a lot of.
Did I ever tell you that, like, you know, when I was a kid watching Cheers, so whatever, I'm probably like in, you know, junior high, middle school, like even probably the end of elementary school. And,
right.
You know, back then it's like you're just watching TV and, like, I don't know, you just don't even think, never even had the thought that other people are watching these shows. You're just watching TV. Because, like,
right.
We didn't go to school and talk about Cheers. We were kids.
Right.
You know what I mean? So, like, There was the one episode where Harry, the magician.
That was Night Court?
The Night Court. Yeah, he was on, and he did the thing where he, like, put a shot glass under his hat and then, like, made it disappear. But, like, when the guy turned his head, he picked the hat up and drank it, and then...
Yeah.
Well, I tried doing that at school to somebody. Mm-hmm. I did it, and then the guy goes, "Oh yeah, you drank it when I wasn't looking. I saw Cheers last night too." I was just like, "Oh, you watch it too?" Like it was totally like I thought I was coming with the tricks.
Mine was blown.
That's when I learned other people do these things too. Mine was blown.
When I was real young, now I know a lot of people share this experience. When I was real young in the 70s, I thought the people were in my TV. When I'm talking like when I was 5, 6, 7.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? Those ages, like 5, 6, 7. Yeah, probably that. Maybe even younger, like 4, 5, and 6. Because it was at my grandfather's house that I remember had those big tube TVs. I just remember trying to look back and like through the back you could see light. It lit up, through the holes in the back of the TV. You could see it lit up. So I thought they were all back there. I didn't know how it happened, but they were all in. They're in there.
Yeah, I bet that's common.
Yeah, for
I
morons.
wonder if I ever thought that. My memory don't go back that far.
But I know that I've heard other people say that they thought that. I'm like, yeah.
Robin said, "How about Becker? Did you like that show?" I never really watched Becker. I heard it was a good show. The Ted
I
Danson
maybe saw
show.
a couple episodes. Ted Danson is fucking great in anything he does.
I liked Frasier. That was like the great spinoff, though.
Frasier was a good show too.
Yeah,
There's really no shows.
but it wasn't something I watch regularly. And when I see Frasier in a rerun, I don't really leave it on. Friends, I leave it on. I don't leave Seinfeld on anymore because I feel like they don't carry over on rewatches for me as much. Oh, and used to think little people lived in the TV also. So you have a
see, nice. I'm not alone.
You're not alone.
What I remember, like in my, late, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 years old, that era, I would watch Three's Company was my sitcom. Three's Company and what's the other one with fucking Ted Knight?
One Day at a Time. No, is it?
No, watch that too.
Not One Day at a Time. It was the he had the blonde daughter with the nice
the brunette.
Babies.
Yeah. It's kind of probably why I liked it. Yeah. And the gay guy.
Oh, what the hell?
He was a sketch. And the gay guy was
look it up, Ted Knight sitcom. Let me see.
Nobody's answering that?
Not yet. We might be on a little bit of Too Close for Comfort.
Too Close for Comfort.
Yeah.
I loved that show, man. I loved that. I loved what's his name? The gay actor. He was so funny, man.
I haven't watched that in a while, but you brought up Three's Company. I'll tell you something funny about me with Three's Company. I love Three's Company. That's something I will watch every time it's on. And it had such an imprint on me that this is a true story. Every apartment I lived in before I got to this house, after I was done moving, I always thought of Three's Company. I always did the last, when they look at the apartment and look around and then dramatically shut the light off and close the door.
What, the last episode?
The last episode, they all kind of
remember that.
They go to they all look back on the apartment. It's all empty. They just kind of like have this look like, man, a lot of memories in here. Then they shut it. I did that at every apartment while thinking of Three's Company. I'm like, I'm doing the Three's Company thing. I just would look back at my apartment. It's like,
yeah.
We're moving on. But it was like, that's how much a TV show can influence you. Like, if I ever move from this house, I'm gonna be like, gotta do the Three's Company look. Please tell me you watch Curb Your Enthusiasm. I love Curb Your Enthusiasm. I find that to be so funny. Ugh.
I watch it, but it's not a thing that I have to watch.
Yeah, because you don't see it on reruns on regular TV. Maybe you did at one point, but it's so dirty. I don't think they put it like.
No, you have to go search it.
Yeah.
To watch it. I mean,
it's on HBO. Yeah.
Which I was going to start that from the beginning and just watch that.
That's a good one to watch from the beginning.
Yeah.
That's classic.
But yeah, Three's Company, Too Close for Comfort, What's Happening.
Yeah, well, I used to watch What's Happening, yeah.
And Good Times.
Good Times I loved, especially the Doobie Brothers bootleg episode. That was like one of my favorites.
Which one was that?
When they were trying to do a bootleg, Doobie Brothers were playing at the school.
Okay,
so they were trying to record the show, but the whole message of it was that like bootlegging concerts is like bad.
Yeah.
And then the tape falls out.
Yeah. That show was great, and I love What's Happening, man. Fucking Raj and Rerun and
I'd like
Dwayne.
to rewatch those. I wonder if they're streaming anymore.
Hey, Dwayne. Hey.
Oh,
I love that show, man. Because that used to come on when I would get out of school. That would be like. It would be Good Times. What did I say? What's the name of it? I just said. How my brain?
We just talked about this earlier.
What the fuck is happening right now?
Oh, what's happening?
Yeah, what's happening? I said what's happening right now, and that was the answer. It would come on when I got out of school, and then like. Three's Company was on. All of those sitcoms were on like right at the school.
Yeah.
And it's like, it was awesome. Batman. When I was younger, Batman.
Good Times was when I first learned that I loved African American women. That was just.
Chris Thelma.
Oh my God, that was my first Black
It's gotta be.
Love. I was just like, something's happening, Mom.
Something's moving.
Something's moving. Making your way to the bathroom. Any way that you can, Joey's gonna get off good times.
Yeah, she was smoking hot.
Smoking. Robin said, what about Taxi? I used to watch Taxi with my dad a lot, though.
I was too young for Taxi because that started like 77, 78. I didn't get it, so it didn't really do it for me.
I used to watch the reruns with my dad. I think, you start off like laughing because your dad's laughing. Mm-hmm. But then as you start watching him as a teenager, like with Jim Ignatowski, like that iconic when he was going for a driver's test.
Right, yeah,
He goes, what does the yellow light mean? Slow down. What does yellow light mean? Slow down. What does? Oh my God, that is never.
Yeah.
And then I used to watch it because I had a cousin named Paulie. He was like not blood related, but was like one of my mom's good friends.
Oh, yeah.
So she was my aunt. He was my cousin. He felt like blood. That's how close we were.
Right.
But what's his face? The main guy in Taxi, Judd Hirsch, was related to them.
Oh, really?
So they kind of look like had that same family look. So it was always like cool. I never met Judd Hirsch, but like it was always like anytime I saw him, I'm like, you look like Paulie.
Yeah,
like it just was like cool to me. I felt like some sort of connection because my cousin was related to him. So I'm like, I kind of know people in show business, maybe.
You didn't.
I didn't, but as a kid, it was like,
That's
you're
enough.
like, I practically know this guy. I don't know.
Practically Hollywood.
Yeah, I bet he would come to my birthday party if we invited him. That's all I'm saying.
That was a big thing growing up, like thinking that some big celebrity would come to your birthday party.
Yeah. What a disappointment for my friends that would be. Joe, who you got? Do you have Hulk Hogan coming? Yeah. Who do you got? I got Rieger from Taxi. Who?
So many shows like Barney Miller. There was like when I was young.
I never watched those. I just remember the baseline opening.
Barney Miller was so good, and then All in the Family. Those were shows that my grandfather watched all the time. So I would just curl up on the couch and watch those shows with him. They were so good, man.
Yeah.
The Jeffersons, that all was that time frame.
Jeffersons was good. I love the Jeffersons. That was funny, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't make I don't know. I guess maybe they do. I just don't try a lot of TV shows.
Well,
I hear Carrie. She watches she loves that show Blackish. She howls at that show.
There's just too much out there. Back in the day, everyone curled up to watch All in the Family because there was 3 channels. You know what I'm saying? When you put a show out on ABC, it went up against this and that. You know what I mean? Like Hill Street Blues. Remember that show? I mean, like that was.
I never saw Hill Street Blues. I remember the title sequence, but I never. I was definitely too young.
Powerful television, man. Powerful television, and you're getting millions and millions of viewers because you had fucking Channel 2, Channel 4, Channel 7, and Channel 11. And then Channel 9 tried to creep in. Yeah, it's garbage. It did mostly reruns. But, yeah, I mean, it's now you can just put anything out there. Soap was good. Yeah.
That was before
Soap
my
was
time.
funny.
I didn't watch that. And then here's some trivia we didn't know about one of our friends. Kenny Michaels' great-great-great-great-grandfather was Sinatra's godfather. He swears he's related to Sinatra.
Great. Oh, really? That's not related.
That's not even close to related to Sinatra.
No, great. No,
a godfather. I'm godfather of 2 friends I haven't talked to in 18 years. It was so weird though. Back then, you're be the godfather of my kids. You're like, yeah, I can't see us never hanging out. And then I'm like, I don't know where him or the kid are.
I don't even know. I think I'm godfather of a couple of my nieces and nephew. Maybe I don't even know. I don't know.
Yeah, nieces I am, but they know where to find me. I'm wondering if some dude's gonna come. Hey, you're my god daddy. Can I stay here?
Can I sit on your lap?
Be like, who? I think he got high with my dad in an alley one year. According to, I read his first step after he died.
I didn't have any other people ask me. Only family.
Yeah,
Nobody outside of my family was like, "We want you taking care of our kid."
No, I had a good friend of mine back in like the early 2000s asked me, and I did. It's just weird how our lives just nothing bad happened. It was like he was married, and then I wasn't married, so he had the baby,
right?
And then you just drift apart because you're like married dude now, not hanging out, and then.
Right.
Move, and it's just anytime I see him and his son on Facebook, I'm like, I'm technically that kid's godfather, but he wouldn't be able to pick me out in the lineup. Last time he saw me was when they were dunking his head in holy water.
Funny.
But that's that. We're gonna wrap this up because Mike and I got some business to do.
Yes.
We appreciate everyone going in the chat. Please go over to the YouTube channel, youtube.com/Joe Fernandes. And go to subscribe on all the audio platforms. Tell your friends about us. Mike, when are you in Vegas? In case people want to.
Well, let's say on June 12th, I'll be at the brokerage in Long Island. So if you're in this area, and in Vegas, I'm there from June 14th through the 20th.
Awesome. The only thing I have really coming up currently is I'll be opening for Reverend Bob Levy for a whole week at Uncle Vinny's in July. I forget the dates, but just go to Uncle Vinny's Comedy Club. That'll be a fun show. Bob Levy is like one of the best club acts. He's filthy and hilarious.
Right.
If you like filthy comedy, he's the master at it. So, all right, everybody, thanks for checking it out. You've been listening and watching All in Our Heads. It didn't go.